offenses on the gridiron today. It's Rodgers' Packers going up against Bridgewater's Vikings. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are indeed at the beautiful state-of-the-art U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Got to be careful here. Backed up this deep on 3rd down. Got a man complete. This is Richard Rodgers. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. 1st down, Bridgewater. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's... now ready to get back onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan there on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year for his quarterback.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will find his man on the outside. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Linval Joseph is in a hurry to get his name mentioned as one of the top defensive tackles in the game. I think he's accomplishing his goal.
3rd down and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
3 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw here. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll field this at the 5. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return, and the offense will... come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. On 2nd down, Bridgewater under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rolando McClain in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down.
Let's go.
Third and long for Bridgewater. Mike Daniels in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
He'll take it at the 42. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Packers get set to go. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Second down following the run. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. And they'll go on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Looking to throw. That's complete to Cobb. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll come out in the pistol. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll set up a throw. That's caught at the 2. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the I. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Eddie Lacy with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed.
And this throw will be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
319!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down.
319!
Time to step aside. More from Minneapolis after this. They'll look to throw. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Back to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Fresh set of downs here.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
They'll look to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only 3 there on the screen at second down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On second down, Bridgewater again. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout. offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Final
play of the half, Bridgewater. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Hey, Charles, can you give me water? Jeez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They go play action here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Second down following the incompletion. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's second down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got his target. It's come. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
319! 319!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, bounced right back on it, keeps possession. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, we'll see the pistol here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to air. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58. 2J. 2J.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. He sets to fire. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Their big-bodied receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
Well, it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Now, that was impressive by the defense. They just got hit for a big pass play, and instead of rushing out and getting back deep to cover, they played their techniques, saw the run develop, and ran to it and made the play.
Final minute now of the third quarter. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7. They come up in an offset eye. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Out of his end zone, Bridgewater to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Back near the goal line, Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
They'll drop. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there from 8 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They come up in an offset eye. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Their dangerous wide receiver with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play. All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Back to throw here. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
319!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
This is taken at the 15. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The drive starts with C.J. Procise. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Minnesota first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Bridgewater trying to lay one up deep. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 51 yards. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. First down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They come out here in the I. A second down carry for Procise. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So we lose. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Bridgewater. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Their big-bodied receiver. His third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, they got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And quickly, they get to the line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
58.
He's back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 22 yards on the pickup there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. He'll look to throw. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often.
Back to throw, and incomplete on the deep ball. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Back to throw. throw's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings are going to win this football game. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that leads to a Minnesota first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
I'll tell you what, partner, you learn a lot in every game. But when you win a close one, maybe you get to determine a little bit more about the guts of your team if you're the head coach.
It gives you much more than a snapshot now, doesn't it? You get to see the full picture of who your team is, and especially individuals, and how they handle pressure situations.
And then moving forward, you have the confidence that late in a close game, hey, we've been here before. We've done this. We've won this game.
There's a comfort zone that exists now. So instead of them pressing in those situations, now there's an air of confidence and calm, and then you just watch them go out and execute.
So for Minnesota, their hopes of a 500 season stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.